Hey guys, it's Krishantiw with Krishantiw.com talking about psychic development and spiritual and personal growth. And Simi asked me to talk a little bit about dark energies. She's a wonderful and magical person herself who has a lot of experience in intuition and clairvoyance and energy work. And I don't usually like to talk about that kind of thing because it is very, very real and it's scary, so I don't make a lot of videos about it because I don't want to talk about it, I don't want to think about it. It's sort of like a Harry Potter. You don't say the word Voldemort because it's so evil. But that stuff does exist. And when you dabble in the psychic arts and the healing arts, even if you really have no intention of encountering anything like that, chances are you will. And what can I say other than surround yourself with angels, call on angels, work with angels, call on the light beings, call on the guides of light, masters of light. Work really hard to bring in as much light as possible, just like oodles and oodles, like kilowatts, billions and billions of kilowatts of like bright light to protect yourself, because there's all kinds of things that can happen, and the heebie-jeebies. There's black magic and evil and scary stuff and all of that I've seen some of firsthand. I've told this story before, but the first time I ever really had an awareness of like dark energy, other than the one time when I was little, we went into this weird castle sort of house that was for sale, and it felt creepy and weird. When I was a young adult, I went to New Orleans, and I was like, oh, la la la, New Orleans, so cool and witchy. And I always thought witchcraft and stuff was kind of fun and interesting. And I went into this shop, and they had voodoo dolls and stuff, and they said, there's like a doll kit. Sorry, the light just went all dark too. I'm gonna keep going. There's this voodoo doll kit, and then like instructions, and it's like, listen, if this doesn't work, call us and we'll help you out. And I'm like, oh my God, this is for real. This is terrifying. And that place actually had a really scary bad vibe, and I got out of there. But if you're a light worker, I'm sure you know this. Anytime you see, sense, or feel or hear anything about negative energy, you run for the hills and get away as fast as you can, because it will take you down. And it's just, I don't know what else to say other than surround yourself with light and be very, very careful in what you're dabbling in and working with. The light is almost like blue in here right now. I think that's very funny. But, there's a reason why people say don't monkey with Ouija boards, because who knows what kind of gateway to what kind of hellish, scary things you're going to bring in. Same with, any kind of form of mediumship. That's why I shy away from mediumship, because that's not my cup of tea. Any kind of ceremony or ritual or anything you start to do, if you're into witchy stuff, doing spells and all that, call in protection and be very cautious that you don't do something that's dark or negative. And by that I mean anything that has to do with controlling someone else's free will. That's really, really bad. Anything to do with wishing ill on anybody, anything to do with like getting back at someone, that's all just trash can stuff. That's very bad, and that will invite bad stuff in, which you just don't want. If you pray, you set a circle, you can cast a circle of light around you. You can call in the angels, and which I used to do. Actually, I still do when I have people come in person. I always call all the angels to surround and protect the space, because if you're doing readings and energy healings on people, they often have a bunch of stuff with them, and you're exposed to that. So that's something they don't often tell you, but it's true. in these training programs. So just be very, very cautious and careful. If you work with the light, you have high integrity and intentions, and then you just get out of any kind of like too negative of a situation, you'll be okay. And if you feel like you've encountered some darkness, look for people who can help you get rid of it. I'm not one of them, but I know there are a lot of people who are very powerful light workers who can help get rid of bad energy and kind of like do exorcisms and home clearings and all that kind of stuff. And God bless those people, because their work is very, very challenging and takes a lot of energy, and they're doing good work. Those amazing light workers, they're like the ambulance kind of emergency care workers of the spiritual realm. And if you just research them, make sure you like what they're saying. A really good person will not charge you $100,000 to remove a curse or whatever. Just the best people I have found are very down to earth and have integrity. But do your due diligence and see what other people have to say, and don't get hoodwinked. Just be very careful. Again, there's so many more legitimate people out there than not, which is great. So that's about all I could say about that whole thing. It's real. Avoid it. That's that. And I think that's it. So I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.